We hear a great deal about statistics, many times in reference to sports or politics, maybe pharmaceutical research. But what exactly is statistics? According to the American Heritage Dictionary, statistics is the mathematics of the collection, organization, and interpretation of numerical data, especially the analysis of population characteristics by inference from sampling. That definition may or may not help us understand what statistics is. So let's break it down into smaller chunks and put it into words that we will all understand. Statistics is the math of collecting information. Now, that information that we collect is sometimes called data, and it is numerical. Once we've collected that data, then we have to organize it and interpret it. And probably the most important part of that is that we take that information and use it to describe a population. So what's a population? Well, we tend to think a population is a number. The population of New York City is so many people, or the population of the world is 7 billion people. But in statistics, the word population has a little different meaning. In statistics, the word population means the group of people or things about which we want information. For instance, if we want to know the typical age of a person in your hometown, then the population would be all the people in your hometown. If you're interested in the number of siblings that a typical university student has, then you need to know what the population of that is. Well, is it university students? Students just at your university? We have to be specific in defining what the population is. So let's look at the example of determining how many siblings a college student has. First, define college. Is that 4-year institutions, universities, graduate schools, 2-year institutions? You have to be specific. So for our uses, let's just say all university students. In your state, in the country, in the world, let's limit it to the United States. So we are interested in all the students in undergraduate universities in the United States. That is our population. That is the group from whom we want information. Then we have to determine exactly what information we want. Well, we want to know how many siblings they have. Then we have to define siblings. Does that include half siblings and step siblings? You have to be sure because people are going to ask. So for our purposes, again, let's describe siblings as all siblings, including step siblings and half siblings. So you can see that it's a little bit more involved than we might think when we start to collect data. We have to specifically define the population and to specifically define what information we want to gather. So when we go through this lesson, keep those two things in mind.
Vizi online texts are a new kind of textbook, built with the help of great subject matter experts. These new learning resources have already helped thousands of students succeed. Our original content uses animations, simulations, video and graphics, self-assessments, exercises, and review materials to engage students in their study. Our approach is proven to improve learning outcomes, and that's why Vizi exists, to transform lives by making education more engaging.